Welcome to the Avenged Sevenfold ranking. That's correct. We're ranking Avenged Sevenfold albums from my least favourite all the way to my favourite. Not in a tier list, we're doing it ranked normally, like usual, and I have done one before. My tastes have changed though, and there is a new album out, Life is But a Dream. Do I think the album's dreamy? Let's find out. Now this is the band I've grew up with. This is a band I've already ranked on the channel a couple of years ago when I first started. I like pretty much most of their albums, aside from one. Maybe that'll change, but we'll get to that. Most of the other ones I really enjoy, so this is going to be an interesting ranking, but it's full of hot takes, so before you get salty at me, and you're allowed to, I don't care, because it's funny to read the comments, but before you do, pop your own list down below, because I want to see what you guys think and what you would rank. So, we've stalled enough. Let's get in with my least favourite Avenged Sevenfold album. Drumroll. Is Life is But a Dream. That is correct. The latest one is my least favourite. Now, this is for obvious reasons. It's a very messy album. It's messy, it's not cohesive. It's trying to be progressive, but not in a good way. It's not like The Stage, because The Stage is a fantastically progressive album. But it all fits together. That album gels together well. This is like they have so many ideas. They've got 100 different ideas, and they've just crammed it all into this one album and just seen what sticks. And nothing sticks. There's no good song on this album. I don't like any song on this album. This is the only Avenged Sevenfold album I don't like. So this is where the spicy controversy comes from. But first starting, like what's the first song? Game Over. Starts out very strange. I don't mind the song, but it's just very jarring, and Matt Shadow's vocals, they just don't sound good on this album. They just don't. I'm sorry, they just fucking don't. But yeah, it starts out a bit strange. Mattel's okay, but then Nobody is annoying as hell. It's one of the singles that came out, and I hated it. The video was quite cool with the skeletons, but no, I hated this. Then We Love You, which is annoying as shit. It's the most annoying album I've heard all year. It's probably going to be the end of the year list as the worst album of the year, probably for me. Yeah, I know. Because just Game Over's like, what the hell is this? Then Nobody and We Love You are terrible. Then you got the last couple, which is like Ordinary, Deaf, and Life is But a Dream, which is a little instrumental, so I'll pass that one. But Ordinary and Deaf, just what is going on? Like slow jazzy stuff, like there's like rap parts in it. There's that weird glitchy vocal technique, which I hate. I actually hate. I'm not a big fan of like avant-garde, kind of weird stuff. I like Meat and Potatoes. I like it a certain way. I like every other Avenged Sevenfold album, you know? Even sounding. Some people slam that. Some people slam Hails of the King. At least it's a cohesive album, or at least I can listen to it without going, ow, my ears, or what the fuck am I listening to? This is a pile of shit. So, yeah, this is a controversial video. I've not really done many of these. Usually I love everything. You know, I'm Questy. I like every single thing I listen to. Not this, though. This is a 0 out of 10. Hate it. Hate it from start to finish. It can go fuck itself. And if you like it, you can fuck yourself too. Next up, I'm joking. But the album can. The album can go fuck itself. Next up is Sounding the Seven Trumpet. That's right, the debut. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is a massive step up from that to this. Like a big step up. Sound of the Seven Trumpet is pretty damn underrated and pretty damn good. It is in the more generic-y metalcore kind of side of things as they started out, but there's some bangers on here that you guys are just sleeping on. Like Darkness Surrounding is just fantastic. I love the ferocity in that song. So good. Warmness on the Soul as well is such a beautiful song. I adore that song. Lips of Deceit, Streets, this is an underrated album. If I was going to rank this album, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. I really enjoy it. As a massive fan of Avenged Sevenfold since Waking the Fallen, yeah, going back and listening to this, it was a fun time. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think it's overhated. This is an album that's overhated, just like my next one. So this one's great. Next one is Hail to the King. Hail to the King, overhated. The songs are fantastic. Hail to the King gets stuck in my head on numerous occasions. Hail to the king! Yeah, sure they steal some Metallica riffs, but who doesn't? They're one of the biggest metal bands in the world. It's fine. You know, it is fine. Steal some riffs here and there. I don't really care. The music sounds good. Shepherd of Fire is a badass song as well. Some of the other ones are great too. It has loads of sing-along songs. People hate it because it was like they were in Call of Duty or they were becoming more mainstream. But then the previous one, the self-titled Avenged Sevenfold, is just as fucking mainstream as this. So I don't see why you like that, but not Hail to the King. Doesn't make sense to me. They're both equal in my eyes, but I gotta put one over the other, so self-titled Avenged Sevenfold is next. That is correct, self-titled is next. No it isn't. Yes it is. No it isn't. Yes it is. Yes it is. Self-titled one is next. Afterlife, come on. Afterlife is fantastic. A little piece of heaven is one of my favourite Avenged Sevenfold songs of all time. Critical acclaim and Almost Easy. Ooh boy, there's some spicy songs. I like them a lot. And Gunslinger. How good is Gunslinger? That's a fantastic song. So overall, it has more bangers than Hail to the King does, but I still feel you should give Hail to the King more chances. Just like people will probably tell me to give the newest one more chances. And I will, but at the current moment, I hate it. So, next up is The Stage. This has risen higher since my last ranking. It's such a good progressive metal album. It's not even metalcore anymore, it's progressive metal. So many good songs on here. The Epic Exist, like, that's a mammoth song. I love that one to pieces. The Stage is such a theatrical show as well. I love that song, and the video is fantastic. Paradigm's cool. God Damn's a banger. So, yeah, this is the kind of experimentation I like from Avenged Sevenfold. This album it's perfect. You know, it's a perfect experimental album. They want to go off and do their own thing. This is the album for that. This is the experimental album that works. All the songs sound good, sound crisp, unique. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful album. And it's still not my favourite, but it's a beautiful album. The new one, not so much. So yeah, next up. Next up is Waking the Fallen. This album is just beautiful. I have a hard time between this and my number 2. I almost swapped them, but it's going here. It's going here at number 3. Second Heartbeat. Oh my god. That song is majestic. This is the album that got me into the band. Love every song on here. Holy Confessions is a masterpiece. Eternal Rest. Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is underrated. No one talks about that. Love that. And I Won't See You Tonight, Part 1 and 2. Every single song of this album is a banger. This album is one of Avenged Sevenfold's best albums. And it's only here at number 3. Number 2 is City of Evil. That's correct. City of Evil is number 2. I've seen a lot of rankings online, and they have City of Evil and Waking the Fallen really low. And I'm kind of like, are you even fans of the band? Were you there around at the start? But yeah, I love this album. You know, Backcountry. Everyone knows Backcountry. It's great. Beast in the Harlot's a fantastic song. I love it. Burn It Down and Blinded in Chains. Really cool fast numbers. Seize the Day is beautiful as well. And then one of my favourite songs, if not my absolute favourite song by the band, MIA. Fucking love MIA. That's the greatest Avenged Sevenfold song ever made. Yeah, this album is like a 9. I love it. But there's one that wins. There's one that takes the crown, and that is Nightmare. This one just took everything from City of Evil and Waking the Fallen and all those albums and just improved on it in every fucking way. It's your fucking nightmare! That song is just catchy as hell. Buried Alive is my second favourite song. It's so intense, Buried Alive. Like, that middle section is so heavy, the riffs on it. If you don't like Nightmare, there's something fucking wrong with you. So Far Away just is a tear to the eyes. It's like an improved version of all the other ballads they've done. It's the best ballad they've ever done, and it's on this album. Natural Born Killers, great. Fiction is just such an epic song, and God Hates Us. Every single song on this album's killer. It's the best album by the band. Oh, blurry. It's the best album by the band, and it's my favourite album by Avenged Sevenfold. So that was a bit scatty review, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of the new album. Do you hate it, like me? Do you love it? Look, some people are giving it 10s out of 10s. I'm here giving it a 0 out of 10. Fucking wild rides. Every other album's great. I love every single album by Avenged Sevenfold, just not the new one. So that's my take on it. Let me know your opinions down below. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.